Now, you mentioned infrastructure a number of times since we started talking here, and infrastructure needs to be worked on for a number of different reasons. I know you know, a 4-year-old girl has died after being hit in a crosswalk. Her mother is seriously injured from that motor vehicle collision. That happened on Monday, a little over a year ago. A 7-year-old boy was killed on St. Anne's at a crosswalk. And now we're hearing that another pedestrian is in critical condition after being hit on Osborne just hours ago in the South Osborne area. Councillor Janice Lukes has called for us to adopt a Vision Zero approach like they've done in Edmonton. And there, the revenue from things like photo radar is partially used to fund changes to infrastructure to improve pedestrian safety. What's your view on supporting Vision Zero in Winnipeg?
Well, firstly, let's recognize there's some families that are hurting right now, and the incidents and collisions you're talking about are absolutely heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we've been making investments. For many years, there wasn't really an active transportation strategy here at City Hall. And one of the first political battles that, I've still got the wounds to show for it, was bringing in that long-term active transportation strategy. I mean, you may remember a number of councillors had launched radio ads attacking me for trying to make those kinds of investments. And we're continuing to build the infrastructure for active transportation as well as for public transportation that has been badly needed to ensure that people can get around our community as safely as possible. And so we'll keep an open mind to what we can continue to do better. I know Councillor Sherry Rollins has also been a strong advocate for building a safer community and a safer community for children as well as all Winnipeggers. And so I'll keep an open mind to that, and we'll have continued discussions on what we can continue to do. The strategies that we've been following to date are part of the Towards Zero federal plan that's been incorporated and has been demonstrating, notwithstanding the fact that accidents are still going to happen, is still demonstrating some good positive successes.
Well, the argument is that lots of these aren't necessarily to be referred to as accidents because lots of them are because of flaws in road design and infrastructure that we have already. And I know we heard from somebody with the city of Edmonton about the effect that Vision Zero has had there. It's proven in a number of places around the world, right, to have a serious reduction in the serious injuries and fatalities that come from some motor vehicle collisions. And that's doing things that seem so simple, like raising crosswalks so that people are conditioned to slow down at them, reducing speeds in a number of places. Yeah. And so Vision Zero is focused purely on keeping people uninjured and alive on our roads. Does that not sound like a good thing for our city?
Ismaila, surely you're not suggesting the strategy that we're implementing doesn't do that. If you're suggesting
we
that,
have a person who was hit by a vehicle today. We had one on Monday who died, and another one who's seriously injured. We had one just around a year ago on St. Anne's. So this is obviously a problem that's not going away here.
Well, if you're suggesting that the current plan isn't trying to save lives and keep our community safe, I mean,
it's not about the intent; it's about the effectiveness.
Sure, and that is an absolutely fair debate and discussion we need to continue having. Is how do we make it more effective on the ground, and that is something I'm absolutely committed to continuing to do. And I'm going to work with my council colleagues. As I mentioned, Councillor Sherry Rollins has been tasked with the portfolio that this relates to, as well as Councillor Matt Allard. And I am actively having discussions with them on what we can continue to do to make the community safer, because everybody in this community, whether you support Towards Zero or Vision Zero or whatever strategy you want, it's all intended to make sure we're keeping this community safe for our residents. And that's something that I know all of my council colleagues around the council chamber take very, very seriously.